Hi, I'm Shelley Levette with ChildCareLand.com, and today I want to share with you how to make stained glass candle holders. This is something that we do each year as a gift to the parents. The children make these decorative items and take them home, and the parents just love them. You'll need to have baby food jars, and we do two sizes. We do the stage 2, which is like kind of like a half size of a jar, and then we do also the stage 3, which is the larger jar. And you also need to have tissue paper, liquid starch, and we use curling ribbon around ours, but you can use whatever kind of ribbon that you want. Paint brushes you will need, and we also provide inside each one these battery operated little tea light candles. Let's see, where am I going with this here? These are battery operated, and you can get these at Shopko, Walmart, Menards. They really make the candle holders look nice, and they're safe. You don't have to worry about soot, anything catching on fire, and the parents just love them. So this is what we're going to make, and we make these as parent gifts, but they don't have to be just for Christmas. If you change the color of the tissue paper that you use, for this one we use red and green. But you can make them for Mother's Day, for spring, for Easter, for any occasion. They're just very nice and decorative. So we'll start out with our clean and empty baby food jars. And you'll notice when you take the label off that there's going to be some sticky residue. Just wipe it off as best you can with a sponge or something. It doesn't have to be completely removed because it'll be covered by the tissue paper. So you want to have both sizes. But for this video purpose, we're just going to work on one because of the time limitations. You want to protect your surface or have the children work on a paper plate and have paper toweling available. This is an activity because of the liquid starch that you want to watch children carefully. Children who put fingers in their mouths or who might want to put a paintbrush in their mouth probably aren't candidates to do this activity all by themselves. So they will definitely need some help. So you want to start with a clean and dry baby food jar, and I've cut green and red tissue paper into squares, and you just set that out for the children to grab the piece off of. And then besides that, I have some liquid starch in a bowl with a brush. And I would like to recommend that when you use the tissue paper that you choose the non-bleeding kind. I actually bought the wrong kind, and I used the bleeding kind, and it kind of blends together and also stains the fingers a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it did. So I recommend using it still looks nice though, but you want to use the non-bleeding kind. And the first step would be to have the children take the jar, and I'll move this up here so you can see, and to put some starch on the brush, kind of rub the excess off, and they would just kind of paint onto the baby food jar, and then they would lay the tissue paper on top of that. And so they would just keep picking out pieces and go all the way around their jar. And once they've gone all the way around their jar, they don't want to use too much starch because that'll make the tissue paper really wet, and then it tends to rip, and it'll eventually stick to the children's fingers, and it becomes a big mess. So, but they can make any kind of a design or pattern with the tissue paper that they want, and they would go all the way around the jar, but because of the time limitations, we won't be able to do that. And once they've done that, gone all the way around, then they want to again take their paintbrush and wipe off the excess on the edge of the bowl, and then gently go over the tissue paper. Make sure they get up at the edges up here and down at the bottom, and just go over the tissue paper that they've put around, and then you would let that dry. It usually takes about an hour or 2 hours for it to be completely dry. And then once that's dry, you don't have to, but anybody who knows me and has seen my projects before knows that I love gold glitter glue. I just think it adds a really nice sparkle. And once this is dry, we went around and just applied dots. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Little dots of gold glitter glue, and we let that dry. And once that was all done, then we applied the curling ribbon. We tied it around, and let me see if I can get in. And then we used the scissors to make it curl. This is called curling ribbon. It's not ordinary ribbon. It's ribbon that we take the scissors and go like that. It'll make a little curly Q. And then after that, then you place the little battery operated votive candle in. And that's very simple and very easy to do. But again, this is an activity that does require supervision because of the starch. You don't want anybody putting starch in their mouths or chewing on the paintbrushes. So that may be something that you would want to help smaller children with. But these turn out very nice, and they're wonderful parent gifts from the children to their parents at Christmas time. For stained glass candle holders, I'm Shelley Levette with ChildCareLand.com. And thanks so much for watching.